And we're live, my friends. Hello, my friends. My name is Evelyn Joy. Welcome back to my channel. So here's what's up. I'm recording this live at midnight and my family is sleeping. And that's the situation. So I am just like so excited about gardening that my brain is going a million miles an hour. So I'm just going to make this video while I kind of prepare some things for my garden. So I just found, after I just got some corn seed, I'm finding my corn seed that I saved, and I'm going to combine it into one bag. So I'm going to be combining seeds into Ziploc baggies and organizing everything while we chit chat about my garden plants for this year. So this is my 5th season of gardening. I started in 2020, and that sounds like you started in 2020, so this should be your 4th season. No, when you count 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, this is my 5th season of gardening. Amazing. All right, so I saved certain seeds, and then I was just looking at them. I threw some of them away that were moldy. Those were my pepper seeds. So they have to be fully dry. These are my marigold seeds. They're perfectly dry and perfectly fine. These are my corn seeds. These are sweet corn. They are great. Here's the problem with these. I saved beans, and I did not mark whether they were bush beans or pole beans. So those are, throw them in a stew kind of beans, because you can't, I mean, you plant them, you don't know what their needs are. So that's kind of a problem. All right, well, this is my box of seeds. I need to combine seed packets into Ziploc baggies so that I have more space in my overabundance of amazing, awesome seed gathering. Okay, so I'm going to put these sweet corns that I just got together with the sweet corn that I have. So I definitely have enough because I don't have a farm. I just have a backyard garden. I have 3 packets, but I got them for free, as I shared in my last video. When I bought my groceries on Walmart.com, I did a lot of deals and earned Walmart cash. So I got these 3 packets of seeds for free, and also I got pumpkin seeds. These are the sweet sugar pie pumpkins. Now they're smaller, but they're sweet. They're good for making pies and stuff. My family does not celebrate Halloween, but my daughter Esther does like things that are pumpkin spice flavored. So we're not going to be like carving the pumpkins, but we will be roasting pumpkin seeds and maybe trying to make things out of the pumpkins if we are so successful at growing pumpkins. So the nice things about these smaller things, like the smaller pumpkin and the smaller watermelon, which is the sugar baby, is you can grow them on a trellis, and I have quite the trellis. Will I be growing these on the trellis? Maybe, maybe not. We'll have to see, but I'm excited about that. So I'm going to be going through all of these and consolidating and combining some of these millions of seed packets. All right. I'm going to put all the green beans together. These are all bush beans. I'm going to make sure they're all bush beans as I'm taking them out of the packet. Okay. There we go. They all say bush on them. Bush beans. All right. So I'm going to be combining. This might be a boring video for you guys, but we're just kind of hanging out. This had corn in it, so it has corn remnants in it. I'm going to use a clean bag. All right, so I'm going to be opening lots of these packets, and I'm just going to be keeping one packet. These are the bush beans so that I know what they are. The back of the packet says the information about it. And it's good to know, good to know. Planted from April to June. That's interesting. Because I would usually wait till May, but it's good to know I could plant them in April. So these bush beans I'm going to be putting in stackable containers. That's what they look like. I'm just going to make a stack of, see these packets have, you know what? That's the other thing. When it's half of one, that's not going to be viable. I'm just going to throw it in the trash can. When it's half of a bean. Oh, see, that's interesting. So these are bush beans, but they're different. These are different bush beans. But I could care less. They're all going in pots, so it's fine. It is what it is. This is a different kind of bush bean. Oh my goodness, I thought this was empty, but the beans are up here. This literally has like 3 beans. How many beans are in this packet? This packet was a ripoff. I need to feel my packets before I buy them, I guess. Not all packets are there was 3 beans in that packet. Y'all. People are trying to prank me. 25 cents for 3 beans. That was a bit of a ripoff. This one feels fuller. Let's see what we've got. We're going to start counting beans. I'm going to be, let's see, that's more like it. That's what I'm talking about. Give me a handful of beans for my quarter, man. I don't want 3 beans for a quarter. All right, let's see what we got. Here we go. We got a decent amount, but a couple of these are halves. I'm not keeping any halves. There we go. There's some green beans. I'm going to be growing lots of green beans, lots of basil, lots of cilantro, lots of oregano. I'm going to be going crazy, growing all the veggies that I want to grow, that I'm able to grow. All right. These are just going to be all the beans. Growing all the beans. Make sure they're all bush beans, not pole beans. See, green beans, they grow. See, those ones are black. Different colors, man. Growing all the things. All right. I'm just going to have a bag full of bush beans. Lots of beans. Beans, the magical fruit. The more you eat, the more you chew. The more you chew, the better you feel. So let's have beans at every meal. Things you learn in elementary school and remember forever. Things you sing at 12 a.m. when you should be asleep, but you can't sleep because you're too excited about gardening because there's too much of a to-do list. And you're like, oh, I need to write everything down that I want to do that I'm thinking in my head. But wait, let me just play with seeds for a little while. Too excited about gardening. Gardening is so wonderful, so therapeutic, so lovely. It's wintertime still. So I've been working on fixing my garden trellis. There's some more white beans. Some white beans in there. Alrighty then. So I'm going to be, last year I did not use all of my stackable containers. This year I'm planning on trying my best to use every single stackable container that I have. So that would be wonderful. Alright, I'm getting all these bush beans. Getting all our bush beans. Okay. Making sure they're all bush. So that's interesting. I can plant these in April. Good to know. I think I will. Don't mind if I do. Our estimated last frost date is Mother's Day here in the Midwest where I live. Mother's Day is too late. We're itching to garden now, so we can plant sugar snap peas now. Pretty soon, maybe next week or the week after would be better. We can plant potatoes starting St. Patrick's Day. So yeah, there we go. That was my last packet. Got my seeds. These are my bush green beans. Going to be growing in. So far I've combined these ones and these ones to try to fit them in my very full container. All right, next thing I want to combine is the sugar snap peas. I've got a bunch of them, and I think it'll help save space if I combine them. I don't want to lose any of them. All right. So all these empty packets of bush beans are getting thrown away. All right. I brought a lot of Ziploc bags down. I'm going to get one brand new Ziploc bag for putting sugar snap peas in. I'm going to put one packet in for informational purposes and just know exactly what I'm looking at. I'm just going to rip it open like this. There we go. Got a good amount of sugar snap peas in the bottom there. There you go. That's a good little portion. Not too shabby. But we can fill up this bag. We don't have to have all these individualized packets. You know what I mean? Not necessary. I'm going to be tearing these packets open when I'm planting anyway, right? Might as well do it now. Have it ready to go. Just have the Ziploc bag in my gardening apron. Easily be able to sew them. And these ones I'm going to be sewing soon because these are cold hardy plants. So these, like the cold weather, they say I can plant them April to June. Watch me plant it early March. Because these can survive a frost. They are cold hardy. They cannot survive weather that gets up to 100 degrees. They are dead by then. When it gets to be in mid-July, these plants are goners, man. So we plant them in spring and we plant them in fall. They're gonna have to be in the shade, praying for mercy in order to survive through the heat of summer here in the Midwest. All right. I'll put in my sugar snap peas. My kids we can't get enough sugar snap peas. We have to buy them at the grocery store now because we just love going in our backyard and harvesting them. There's not enough for everybody to eat them. They never make them inside. They never make it inside. We always just pick them and eat them fresh. It's like a special treat. So exciting when we find a sugar snap pea in the yard to pick and eat. If we have enough for everybody, we share. So I'm going to be growing a lot more sugar snap peas than ever before because we love them so much. Sugar snap peas and strawberries, we can't get enough, right? My whole family loves sugar snap peas and strawberries. We cannot get enough strawberries and sugar snap peas. So I need more of those. I want to grow lots of carrots. I want to grow green beans, potatoes, tomatoes. Well, we like the yellow sun gold sugar cherry tomatoes, and I'm gonna see if I have any of those seeds because I might have to buy some seeds for planting those. All right, this is my last packet for now. I'll probably get deeper into this and find more. All right, there we go. That's looking pretty good. See how I didn't need all those individual packets. I've got a Ziploc bag full of sugar snap pea seeds. Sugar snap peas for real. And these are going in the trash. Wait, let me make sure. Oh my goodness, I found 2 more peas. I gotta be careful. I'm gonna be wasteful. Those are golden. Let me just double check all these packets. I don't want to miss anything. Let me just individually check every packet as I'm throwing them away. I mean, I paid 25 cents for each packet. I want to get every pea that I can. Just making sure, man. Just making sure. I mean, some of these are pretty obvious if they're totally flat. Just making sure. We're good. We're good. Cool, cool, cool. Well, I'm glad I caught those 2 that were trying to sneak their way into the trash can. That was not good. All right. So I have these grow bags that are going to have blueberry bushes in them, but I might also be growing different kinds of flowers, like morning glory. I've never grown morning glory before. This is going to be the year that I do a little bit more flowers than I have in the past. So that should be interesting. I've just got 2 oreganos, but I think probably somewhere in my box I've got more. So I have one. What it is oreganos come back every year. When they flower, they attract the bees really well. And I'm not going to be pouring these out because these are flat. It's not like the peas and the beans and the corn are thicker, but these flat ones, they're just going to be kept together anyway. Lettuce seed is super, super tiny. I'm not going to be pouring those out either, but I've got a ton of lettuce seeds, so I'm going to find them all and put them in a Ziploc baggie together. So let's do that. Same goes for container basil. Tiny, tiny seeds. They're just going to be in a Ziploc bag together because I'm going to be growing these in the stackable containers. I love that I discovered which things can grow successfully in the stackable Dollar Tree containers because that's taking up less space from my raised beds where I can be growing the strawberries and the carrots and the other lovely things that I want to grow, the tomatoes and things I want to have in the raised beds so that I can grow like the basil and the lettuce and stuff in the stackable containers. The basil and the lettuce and the bush beans and the cilantro. I need to get more cilantro seeds, or maybe as I'm organizing, maybe I'll find more. I don't know. All right, so the lettuce is going to be put together in one Ziploc bag. Probably as I'm going through, I'll find more lettuce to put together with this, but I'm excited to grow lettuce in containers. We're sort of new, every year we sort of try to grow lettuce, and sometimes it's successful, sometimes it's not. Lettuce is more of a colder plant. So these packets, I'm going to be combining them into a Ziploc bag. These are all Mammoth sunflowers. Let me double check that they're all Mammoth. They're the same kind of flower. Mammoth Russian sunflower. So I'm going to keep one packet. I'm going to dump all the other ones into there, so we can see together how many seeds are they giving us in these packets, right? Let's see. It's not a lot, but it's something. Oh, that's not too shabby. It's got a dozen or so seeds in there. That's not too bad. It looks like a lot less when I'm showing it on camera because it was all in the corner, but you can see that. That's the amount that comes in a seed packet. That's why it's like, why not combine them if I have a bunch of the same thing when the seeds are bigger, not the tiny, tiny, tiny seeds, you know. But like sunflower seeds. I definitely have enough sunflower seeds for how many sunflowers I want to grow. Sunflowers really don't play well with neighbors. They don't do well in containers. I mean, they're a lot smaller in containers. So they're going to be in ground. So I'm not going to be growing a lot of sunflowers. Just some. We'll see what happens. All right. Here we go. Alrighty, tidy. Oops, there was an extra seed in the bottom of that. Gotta get every seed, man. Get my money's worth. I'm cheap you know, I want every penny from my quarter. I want every single penny from my 25 cents. All right, so I'm going to just double check that I don't have any seeds in any of these packets. Yeah, there's no seeds in there. Okay. I have a trash can over here in case you were wondering. All right. These are my basil. Now we're getting into seeds that are left over from the past. So in this bag, I have turnips and radishes, which is good to know I have some radishes. Okay, these are red bell peppers and yellow bell peppers, and I've saved the seeds, but it looks like they're moldy, so I'm gonna have to throw those seeds away, I think. Let me check. If it's gross, I won't show you. Oh, wait. Okay, so some of them are moldy, but I'm going to save some that are not. So I'm going to throw a lot away, but I'm going to keep a few. Okay, I'm going to keep some in this bag. I'm going to throw the moldy ones away, but I'm saving the ones that are dry and good. Because these are saved from my red bell peppers. Like that. These ones are good. These ones, some of them are moldy, but some of them are not. I don't know, man. Some of these are fine. That's the thing with saving your own seeds. You might not do the best job at keeping it totally dry. Okay, well, I'm just going to save those ones and toss the other ones because that is plenty to grow. Some red bell peppers. Whew. We love growing red bell peppers. I'm going to grow a lot. One seed makes a whole plant that grows several peppers, which is amazing. Okay, we're going to look at this yellow bell peppers. Oh, good. These are not moldy at all. Okay, wonderful. Good to know. Fantastic. I'm going to throw the paper towel away. Just keep the seeds in the bag at this point. Okay, cool. I thought these would be moldy, but they're not. I was seriously going to toss the bag, but I thought I might as well look. Okay. So I saved these from a real yellow bell pepper from my garden last year. So cool to be able to save your own seeds, you know? All right. Ooh, okay. Mint. We have to be very careful with mint. It's very invasive. It's better to grow it in a container, not by your raised beds or by your garden because it can be very invasive and it's very hard to get rid of. So don't grow it in ground. Brussels sprouts. I've never grown Brussels sprouts before. I really, really, really want to try this year if I can make space for it. All right, lettuce. We've got some lettuce. Even though this is a different kind of lettuce, I'm going to put it in the lettuce bag. I'm just going to turn it the other way so I can see from the outside that I have a couple different varieties of lettuce together. So yeah, I'm going to be growing these lettuces in containers. Love me some squash. Squash is so hard to grow, though. Different kinds of squash and things. What is this? So these are basically sugar snap peas as well. These are melting sugar snap peas, so we'll just, since they're slightly different, we'll just keep them separate. Here's all my watermelon seeds that I've saved. Okay, and I've got a watermelon packet that I just bought to add to the collection. Well, I got it for free technically, but I picked it. Just because I for sure wanted to have enough of the sugar baby variety. There we go. These are my sugar baby watermelons. I do have some sugar babies here. But just to make sure I have enough, watermelons. I've saved watermelon seeds quite a bit, but some of those were from whatever watermelon, right? All right, here are the pumpkins. Here come the pumpkins. But the pumpkin that I want to grow, the specific variety I want to grow, I'm going to put in this bag. I want to grow this one, early sweet sugar pie. So I'll put it in here with all these jack-o'-lantern and stuff. Look, small sugar pumpkin. That's about the same as this one. This is early sweet sugar pie. Might be the exact same thing as the other one. I'm not sure. But that way I have a whole packet of the kind of seeds I want. I definitely don't need to buy watermelon or pumpkin anymore. I've got plenty, because a little goes a long way with some of those seeds. Yay, I've got more lettuce. Okay, so I'm going to combine the lettuce again. We're going to combine the different Ziploc bags so that we'll have all of our lettuce in one place. We'll know how much lettuce we have so that we don't think, oh, I'm out of lettuce, I need to buy some more. No. Honey bunny, you had 2 Ziploc bags, so we're going to combine it all, have it all in the same spot. I'm going to grow them in containers. Window box mix. There you go. Got iceberg lettuce and Paris Island lettuce. Let's stick that in there as well. We're just going through and seeing what we've got, taking inventory, combining things. These are sugar snap peas, so I'm going to put that with my other sugar snap peas. We are figuring everything out. Here we go. Here are our sugar snap peas. These are the same thing. We're combining them together. That is fine. And actually, I'm going to take this bag that's slightly different kind of pea, and that's okay. And we're going to put that bag inside of this bag so that we're aware, oh, that's a different kind of pea, but still all of the sugar peas are together. So one of them is a melting sugar pea, whatever that is. All right, we've got our cabbage here, different kinds of cabbage. This is sweet corn. I have more sweet corn. Well, we officially have enough sweet corn for a whole farm, guys. It's going to be all right. It's all right. We're going to combine all of our plethora of sweet corn. Oh, this is what happens when you're a hoarder. You have enough for next year. How about that? Won't have to buy sweet corn again for a very long time. This is a different kind of corn, but that's okay. We'll keep it in its packet. This is a true gold corn. That's a different kind of corn. This is sweet corn. This is sweet corn. I've tried growing the true gold, and to be honest with you, don't be mad at me, but I'm throwing it away because I don't want to accidentally plant it because I grew it. It was not the kind of corn for just like enjoying off the cob. It was the kind of corn that you grow industrially in order to make corn products. That's not what I'm doing. I'm growing sweet corn to eat it fresh off the plant. Fresh, cook it or not cook it, either way. All right, so we've got some squash here. I'm going to take this acorn squash and put it in with these other kinds of zucchini and such that I have. Will I try growing squash this year? Maybe. Maybe. We'll see what happens. I'll think about it. I'll consider it. How about that? Cucumber. Am I going to try cucumber this year? I have tried cucumber year after year. I talked to other homeschool co-op moms that grow cucumbers in their garden. I said, how do you grow cucumbers? What is the secret? They say it takes a little bit more water and it likes lots of sun. Maybe I'm just doing everything wrong. All right, these are sugar daddies. So, am I going to plant some? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. We've got parsley. Am I going to grow parsley? Oh, yeah, parsley is one that's a good companion plant to the squash because it helps keep the squash bugs off, hopefully. Here we've got honeydew. I'm going to keep that. Oh, zinnias. I've never grown zinnias, but I've heard they're a good one to grow. So I'm going to put the zinnias and the morning glories together in like sort of maybe a bag of random flowers that I'm going to grow in containers just as a flower container experiment. See, I'm not big into growing flowers, but my kids get excited about it. Okay, these are cherry pits that I saved from some cherries, and I'm throwing it away because I'm not going to be planting any trees. Cherries are trees. Eggplant. Will I grow eggplant again? I don't know. One year, I very successfully grew a bunch of eggplant on accident because I just was learning how to garden, and I got the plants, and yeah, they grew really well. They made a lot of eggplant, but then I realized me and my family, we don't eat eggplant. So they actually went to waste, and I felt really bad being wasteful like that. So I decided from there on out just to grow foods that my family enjoys eating. Even if it's easy to grow the plant, what is the point? Look at this. I think we're good on sugar snap peas, guys. I think we're really good on it. So I'm going to take these packets, open them up, and put them into the sugar snap pea bag. Did I know this would happen? Deep down inside, I knew that I probably had other sugar snap pea packets, but I wanted to make sure I had enough. And honestly, I'm not mad at it because I got them when they were cheap. And you know what? I have more for next year. I can share with friends. How about that? Oh my goodness, I have so many sugar snap peas now. We love growing them though. All the more places to grow them, my dear. Well, I have them for spring and fall. How about that? So I'm going to make sure they all say sugar snap. I'm going to empty them into the bag where we're collecting them all. And I'm just so thankful that I'm blessed with an overabundance of seeds. Because in the past, during the pandemic, some states didn't allow people to get gardening supplies and gardening seeds because it wasn't considered a non-essential. Situations like that make me just want to become a seed hoarder, man, especially when it's only 25 cents. Oh, am I the crazy gardening lady? Yes. Am I excited about gardening? Yes. I have 2 people watching. Feel free to give a thumbs up if you want to. Making sure all these packets say sugar snappy. I'm emptying them into the Ziploc bag. And I'm making sure the packet is empty before I throw it away. Deal. Well, I'm just blessed with an overabundance of sugar snap peas. Yay me. Cool, cool, cool. Well, we definitely have enough. How about that? We definitely have enough. Plenty. We have plenty. There we go. So last year I tried growing peanuts. It was a fun experiment. It was not successful. So I am not going to grow peanuts this year. I've been trying to grow cucumbers, not been successful, so I'm not going to waste my time and energy on cucumbers. Look at all these sugar snap peas just ready to be planted this year. We are going to have a grand old time planting a ton of sugar snap peas. So check these out. Woohoo! We're going to plant just a ton of those. See what else we got. We have peanuts galore. Peanuts galore. I am not growing peanuts this year. Maybe in the future I will. All right. We've got bell peppers. Oh, I've got some mammoth sunflowers. Russian mammoth sunflowers. That can be combined with the other ones. See, I tried growing a bunch of different kinds of sunflowers last year, and they were mostly unsuccessful. This one's really cool. So this one's an even bigger mammoth sunflower. Amazing. But I'm going to stick with the Russian mammoth ones. They grow to be over 6 feet tall, and it's just Dollar Tree seeds. So this packet is already open. I'm going to empty it into here. Okay. All right. Pretty cool. Pretty cool, man. The amount that I am thrilled about gardening right now is redonkulous. Okay, so this is my red bell peppers that I've been saving. Over here, I've got peppers, bell peppers, and I am going to put my seeds that I've been saving, my little Ziploc baggie, in there. Okay, so that I know what I have and I have it all together. I know how much I have. I don't just keep buying things for no reason. Got a bunch of different kinds of squash. Okay, carrots. I was wanting to buy this kind of carrot seed at Dollar Tree. I saved seeds from my carrots last year, but I don't know if I saved them correctly. I don't know if these are going to work, but we're going to try to plant these and see what happens. But I wanted some backup carrot seeds from Dollar Tree. These are the big ones. The Scarlet Nains. Nantes. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. I'm sorry. These bigger carrots are not currently available at any of the Dollar Trees that I've checked. They have the half longs, the dwarf ones. Do not buy carrots that have half long or dwarf in the title, because one seed makes one carrot. You might as well make a longer, bigger carrot. And if you buy the wrong kind of seed for the same price, 25 cents a packet, you're going to get half the carrot. Don't get a half long. Don't get a dwarf. Okay, so here we are. Here are my marigold seeds. And I have a bag of saved marigold seeds here. So I'm going to combine seeds. Combining all my marigold seeds. I've got another bag of marigold seeds that I saved right here. I'm going to combine that too. You know what? We've got a whole lot of bags of marigold seeds, and we don't need so many separate bags. We can combine all of these bags into one. What a wonderful idea. So I'm going to combine all my marigold seeds into one. You'll have to give me just a minute to do this. My brain has been like, ooh, gardening season is upon us. The weather is nice. My trellis is 95% built. I've been all the cute gardening decorations are at Dollar Tree. Yes. Let's grow. Let's grow some stuff. But I don't really have a good spot where I can like start plants inside. So it has to be good weather to direct sow it outside or to start in cups like on my back porch, right? So my thing is, am I going to be starting my pepper plants and my tomato plants myself, or am I going to buy the starter plants at the store? Okay. If I buy starter plants, it will be well, I'm going to buy blueberry bushes. And I'm going to buy, I don't know what I'm going to get. Am I going to buy my tomato plants at the store? Or am I going to buy my pepper plants at the store? I don't know. Or am I going to start them from seed myself and try my best? I'm not sure, guys. I just don't know. I can't handle the pressure right now. Okay, there we go. There's our saved marigold seeds in with our store-bought marigold seeds. There you go. I've got videos on my channel of how to save marigold seeds. All right, let's see what else we've got going on in here. Swiss chard, another thing I've not tried starting. Let's see what we got here. What is this? Are these pole beans? Oh, pole beans. Keep those pole beans separate from the bush beans. They are not the same. Here's some more basil or basil. Here's what I don't like. This is what I don't like. When it says garden bean. Do you know what's wrong with this? It doesn't say in parentheses pole or bush. So I have to read the back and see if it's grown by pole or bush. Support with fence or trellis. This is a pole bean. So I'm going to put it in with the pole beans. If it needs a trellis, it's a pole bean. If it grows in a bush, it's a bush bean. Okay. So these basils do not say container. There's a difference between regular basil that you just grow in your raised bed by your tomato plants, a beneficial plant, and the basils that have short, more shallow roots that you can grow in a container. So this kind of basil has to be in ground. The other one is the container one. So different kinds of basil exist. All right, so here's a different kind of flower that I have that I'm just going to put with my other flowers. What I'm going to do, I'm going to have each of my children have their own like container, and I'm going to let them pick which flowers they want to grow out of the ones I have. And look at this, I've got more sugar baby watermelon to put in with the other one. So I think I'm gonna let each of my kids have their own container and even maybe write their name on it maybe. And that way that can be like they can be the one to plant the seeds, they can be the one to help water it. And then when it grows, they have like a sense of ownership of like, that's my flowers. Look how good my flowers are doing, you know? So cool. Last year, Joshie begged me to buy red flowers. I think they were called petunias. Started with a P, whatever it was. So I got it for him, and it was like, that was Joshie's flower. But now that my kids are bigger, it would be cool, like, each of them have their own flower, you know? Maybe not Caleb. Caleb's still little, but we could have one that's his, you know? All right. So I'm taking this sugar baby. To be honest with you, there's only like a few seeds in there, but it's fine. I'm just putting it in there so that we know that sugar baby. Because all those seeds in the bottom are not sugar baby. Look at all these cantaloupe seeds I have that I saved from cantaloupes. Amazing. Now to grow some, right? All right, so these are bush beans. And they're wax yellow. Since they're different, I'm going to keep them separate. Look at this cabbage. That's kind of a cool looking cabbage. In here I've got like spinach and broccoli and different little seeds of things that I'm probably not planting. Okay, I'm going to look in here to see if I have any yellow cherry tomatoes. I would like to start yellow cherry tomatoes if at all possible. These are beefsteak. Okay. These are red cherry tomatoes. Roma. Oh, this is just a bunch of Roma tomatoes. This is a purple Russian tomato. This one is a red cherry tomato. I decided that I want to grow just our favorite kind of tomato, and that is the yellow Sun Gold cherry tomatoes that are sweet, and we just like pick them and eat them like candy. Because I was trying to grow Roma last year to like make sauces with. I didn't grow enough, and we didn't enjoy them as much. So, oh, here we go. We have more oregano, and there's some spinach. Okay. I'm going to put this oregano. Oh, look, I have another container variety oregano. Okay, I'm going to put all the oregano together. I'm just going to put a bunch of oregano seed in the same raised bed and watch it grow. Because oregano comes back every year, and when it flowers, it attracts the bees. It's like the bees don't show up to my garden until the oregano flowers. So it's worth it. Okay, so we've got spinach. Look at those. Is that spinach seeds in the bottom? It's hard to know. Spinach seeds are tiny and black, so I wasn't going to keep it in the bag, but I think I am going to now. Or maybe it's oregano seeds. I don't know what oregano seeds look like. I only grew it from starter plants. So here we have some random squash plants. I'm just looking to see. I do not have any yellow Sun Gold cherry tomatoes. Okay. How cute are these plastic markers? Am I going to use these? Maybe for marking plants this year. Maybe might use them. If you use popsicle sticks, they get molded. You know, there's a little strawberry. I'm going to throw that away. I don't actually need that. So I'm just starting to put everything back away. Kajari melon, I grew that in the past at my old house pretty nicely. Oh wait, there's flowers over here I haven't even looked at. What? My kids are going to be so excited when I tell them they get to grow flowers. Flower seeds, what are these? Oh, these are cherry rose sunflower seeds. The flowers that my kids grow, I'm not going to do sunflower for them. Because I'm gonna have sunflowers and marigolds as always in my garden, but I'm gonna let them experiment with trying to grow some other things, and maybe we'll learn about a new favorite. You never know, it could happen, right? Okay, so I'm sort of okay. This is good to know. Okay, so we have a bunch of coriander, also known as cilantro seeds, that I've saved. I'm gonna. One second. I'm going to put that together with the other cilantro. I just have to figure out what exactly I'm doing with my life. I'm putting all the things away that I'm probably not going to use. Putting it away first so that I can organize the ones that I'm going to use. So I can easily find what I need. Look at all this bush beans. Okay. We've got more bush. Okay. Okay, so this is yellow bell peppers. So I'm going to put it, what is this? Okay, this is red cherry tomato. If only it was yellow. That's okay. It's okay. I'm going to put these red bell peppers. Oh, I've got more red bell. I've got two things that say red bell peppers. Cool. That's why it's good to have it all together in one bag. Because that way you know, oh, I do have more than I thought I had. You know, oh, I don't need to buy more. Even though I want to buy a million. Just kidding. There's my sunflowers. I'm going to not put that in the box quite yet. I'm still figuring some stuff out. One second. I've got a chaos going on over here. All right. I'm glad I'm organizing this because this was on my to-do list. One second. These are pole beans, which I will be using pole beans, just not nearly as much as the container ones. I'm going to go ahead and put that away go ahead and put this way. I don't know what else squash I'm going to do. I don't know about cantaloupe. I can't decide. Probably I'll end up planting some or something. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Corn's going in. Lettuce is going in. You know what I'm starting to think, actually? Okay, so I have this container that's empty currently. I think the seeds that I'm going to plant, I'm going to put in here. Like the ones that I for sure am going to use. Okay. So I've got all my lettuce. I've got my sunflowers. Got my bush beans. Because my other box is like so full. Okay. I'm going to put, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the one out that I'm going to plant and put it in there. Take this one and put it away. So I'm going to take my corn and put it in here. So that way I have the bags of things that I want to plant in here. Okay, I like that. Here are my container basil. Here's my yellow bell peppers that I wanted to put with my other bell peppers. And I need to figure out what I'm doing. There we go. Okay. So I think the plants I'm going to start in cups are going to be tomatoes and peppers. Everything else I can just direct sow. Okay, marigolds I'm for sure growing. Okay. The carrots. Let me see what all kinds of carrots we have. Are these all good varieties? Are they all big carrots? Okay, so we have 4 of the Scarlet Nates. Sorry, I don't pronounce it right. Okay. So these look like a big kind of carrot. These are small kinds of carrots that you can do in containers. I tried growing them in containers last year and was unsuccessful. So I'm not going to be planting these ones this year. Those are seed packets that I got for free when I ordered other seed packets. So that's not even something I spent money on. So I don't even feel bad not using it. But these carrots are going to get their own Ziploc bag. Don't worry, I've got plenty. And I'm going to put these over here. Oh, those are bush. 1 second. See, I'm glad I'm doing this. I'm getting everything organized. Figure out what I'm doing with my life over here. All right, let me get my bush beans back out. I'm combining things very well. It's just sometimes I have to come back to it, right? Because look at all these bush beans. I'm putting it in here. All of these are bush beans. I'm going to have so many stackable containers. Okay, I have so many plans, right? All right, so this is my cilantro. And this is my cilantro. So cilantro, coriander. I want to combine it. And see, this says cilantro, coriander on it as well. That's not a picture I would expect for that. Okay, so I have a lot of these cilantro, coriander packets. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to go ahead and just keep 1 packet and pour the rest into the bag. Now, these are coriander. Okay, so it's called coriander when it goes to seed. It's called cilantro when it's just the leaves. So those are coriander is the name of the seed. So I'm going to open up these seed packets and put them in here, okay? So this is what I've saved from my plants, and these are the ones that I've bought from Dollar Tree and various places. Let me see. Now, this video could be very boring for people, or if you're a newer gardener or interested about gardening and don't know as much, this could be a fun video for you, or you might be an experienced gardener and learn something from something I say. So coriander, cilantro, it is cold hardy. So it's more likely to survive a frost. It's less likely. Well, you know what happens when it gets hot? It bolts and turns to flower and becomes coriander, which is good for attracting bees. So don't feel sad. You know what some people do? A lot of gardeners do this actually, is they will plant more seeds when their cilantro bolts. They'll let their cilantro bolt and go to seed and grow the flowers. And they'll plant more seeds in the ground at that time so that they can continue to harvest the leaves. Some people believe that when it flowers, the leaves lose their flavor or they start to taste like soap. I have never felt like cilantro tasted like soap, but it does not have as strong of a flavor once it goes to seed. But the seed does. People use this as seasoning. You can buy crushed coriander, ground coriander, or just coriander like this for seasoning. In fact, you could buy a seasoning coriander if it's not ground, and you could probably just plant it. I'm guessing. Assuming that it's the same variety as can grow in your area. You know what I mean? I don't know all the details, but it seems to me that it would work. All right. I'm just combining so that we can see how much coriander we have, because I was thinking this was on my list of things to buy, but if we have enough, it's looking like I don't need to buy any more cilantro coriander seeds, which is good because that's one less thing I have to worry about. Carrots, I'm so not sure because I have all of these carrot seeds that I saved, but I don't know if I saved them correctly. I don't know if these are going to take or if they'll be awesome or not. I don't know. So like if Dollar Tree could get some good carrot seeds, I would buy some. But if they're going to do the half longs and the dwarfs, I'm not buying those because that is a waste of garden space to have half a carrot in the same amount of time, man. I want a whole carrot. I'm not trying to grow baby carrots. All right. We're combining the cilantro coriander seed packets. So it's interesting. I sometimes watch gardening videos from people from other places. Like, obviously, I'm not from England or Australia, but it's so cool listening to them talk about it. They refer to basil as basil. They refer to what I would call a cilantro plant. They refer to it as coriander. So I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, coriander is when it goes to seed. But I've never heard them refer to it as cilantro. Maybe it just, they purposefully have it go to seed. Because it's really good for attracting the bees. I've got one seed down in there. That one seed stuck in there and I felt it come out, but I don't know where it went. Well, might have just bounced on the floor. That's not good. Oh well. You can just like eat one of these, you know. I don't want to because it's like cost me money, but I feel like I'm eating a penny. But I'll eat the leaves for sure. Also, cilantro and basil as they say in some countries. Cilantro and basil, you can put them in it. When you harvest the leaves, you leave the bottom half of the plant so it'll continue growing. You just harvest off the top. That also prevents it from bolting. And you can put it in a Ziploc bag and just freeze it so it's easy to preserve. And then when you're making a soup or a stew or anything, you can just throw it into the pot. I said soup or stew. I meant or pasta. I meant soup or pasta, but you can figure out what I meant. Let's see. Coriander. Look, it says cilantro coriander. I always want to say cilantro, even though that's not even the Spanish word for it. It sounds like it should be. That's how my mother-in-law calls it. She's from Ecuador. Cilantro. All right, this packet has more in it because it costs money. I think I might have gotten it for free at a community center, though. Sometimes at the community center where you can pick up free bread, sometimes, very rare occasions, they'll have like seed packets. And I'm like, ooh, don't mind if I do. So some of these seed packets I've gotten for free, which free is my favorite price. 1 second. A couple of these are half seed. No, a bunch of these are half. Okay, well, oh well, I'll just pour it in. Oh no. Got a bunch of little half pieces in there. Oh well. Beggars can't be choosers. I got these seeds for free, I'm pretty sure, so it's okay. Look at all that coriander, cilantro seed. All right, my friends. We are getting there. I love that, like, if I'm planting seeds, I can just bring my little bag like this outside with me and like easily like get my seeds out that I need. And I can put like my gardening tools or my zip ties or my yarn or whatever I need in here. And that way I have like everything right there where I need it. It's a cute gardening bag that's very useful. And I needed to get more of these. And now I have it. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it in the outside pocket so that I know exactly where it is right there. Because I'm going to be putting more of those on my garden wall, also known as my backyard fence. All right, so there we have coriander with the seed right there. See, I didn't need so many seed packets. I just need the seeds and 1 packet with the instructions on it. Okay, here's what we're gonna do, my friends. We're going to combine our oregano in Spanish. Oregano. I don't even think that's the Spanish word for it. I think that's the Spanish pronunciation of the English word. Anyway, so I have oregano. This is plenty to put in the raised beds, but the seeds are small. So I'm going to just put them in a Ziploc bag together. And that's it. I'm only getting rid of the packets like when the seeds are like so big. Okay. Okay, here's the deal. Where's the parsley? There we go. So parsley and like radishes and turnips and stuff, those are all really, really good to plant near squash. So I could plant it in with, okay, 1 second. I have my, oh golly, what have I done? There we go, pumpkin. So I'm going to put the pumpkin seeds in with the parsley and the radishes. And by doing that, I'm reminding myself to companion plants. Am I growing turnips? Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. I grew them before and I very much enjoyed them. So I very well might grow some turnips actually. So anyway, I've got all those together. They're the companion plants there together. What? Squash bugs will want to destroy your squash plants. That's any kind of squash, including pumpkins. So what do? We try our best to avoid the squash bugs by planting things like parsley and radishes and marigolds in with the squash or the pumpkins, whatever the case may be. Okay, so these are the pole beans, I believe. No, that's a bush bean right there. Wait a second. Some of these are bush beans. That's a bush bean. See, This one doesn't say what kind it is, so I have to read the back. And it doesn't say. Seems like these ones are probably Bush. I think these are Bush. In that bag was a sugar snap pea. What is happening? What is life? Ooh. I like that these are called sugar daddies. I kind of want to grow some. I probably will at some point. Okay, let's see what is life. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I have some, mint has to be in a container. I know I told you that already. Ooh, definitely want to grow Brussels sprouts. And we have some different flowers. So these are all different kinds of things that are going in a Ziploc bag together because they are going to be planted in like containers or raised beds or whatever. I'm not sure. They're going in the, they're going to be planted. Not planting eggplant. Okay. Oh, this is a kind of corn. Sorry, guys. I'm throwing that corn away. That might seem wasteful, but I'm not planning on planting that corn ever. If I ever plant corn, it's going to be the sugar snap pea corn. Now, I just want to make sure all of these are bush beans, and then I can add them to my bush bean thing. Let's see. Okay, you could grow it in a container, so that would be the bush beans. Container, yeah. All of these are bush beans. So what I'm going to do, this is bush bean too. I'm going to put these in with my bush beans. Here's my bush beans. I'm just going to get rid of these packets. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, so I'm just pouring it in there. There we go. So that I can throw the packets away and I don't have to any longer wonder, what kind of bean is this? You know what I mean? It's a bush bean. What kind of bean is it? It's a bush bean. There we go. That way we can get rid of these packets. We can have more bush beans ready to plant. Deal. It's a deal. There we've got the cucumbers. I do not plan on growing cucumbers this year. Too difficult for me. Easy for everyone else, hard for me. I don't know what to tell you about that. I am not the cucumber growing expert. They say it needs extra water and plenty of sunlight, and I did not do either of those correctly. I did shade and not enough water, and so my cucumbers did not do well. So it needs plenty of sunshine, plenty of water. I quit about all that. All right, my friends. So pretty much done organizing those. These are my 2 seed containers. There we go with that. All right. We got a bunch of these to take back upstairs. Some of these I'm going to put in my drawer over here to use later. Okay. Also, my carrot seeds are going in here. Yay me. All right, my friends. Let's talk about my plants from last year that I drew up like this and how it went. Cucumber did not do well. Tomato did well. Peppers did better in containers. Strawberries did well in the raised beds, but not in all of the raised beds. One of the raised beds with strawberries had a roly-poly problem. Carrots, I let them go to seed, and I discovered when they go to seed, you can save the seeds, but the seeds, the carrots, at the point of saving the seeds and have the flowers on them and stuff, the carrots are too woody. You can't eat them anymore. Marigolds, they're a useful plant, but they sometimes die. They take a long time to flower if you grow it from seed. So I got some starter plants, but then the ones that I started from seed ended up enduring a lot longer and being better established. Sunflowers, I tried growing in containers unsuccessfully until I finally did grow some in containers. When they are grown in the raised beds, they take up all of the nutrients from all the surrounding plants. When they're grown in containers, they don't grow as big. So there's that. Peas, love growing them. Green beans, love growing them. Peppers, again, better in containers. I tried cantaloupe. I think it did not have enough sunshine. I tried watermelon. I think it didn't have enough sunshine in that spot. Potatoes do a lot better in ground than in containers, for me at least. Onions, I've had onions growing all winter. They're still growing. They're doing well. Blackberries, the blackberries are establishing themselves. So yeah, cilantro and basil in containers did really, really well. I'm doing that again. The corn, green beans, squash, and marigolds. The squash did not really do well. The corn did mediocre. The beans grown with the corn, the beans don't really produce, but they bring nitrogen to the soil. And I didn't really plant marigolds in with there like I was planning on. So yeah, in stackable containers, I'm going to be growing bush green beans, basil, and cilantro. In bigger, like they're like not Dollar Tree stackable containers that are smaller. They're Aldi stackable containers, but I don't stack them. But they have 3 parts. I grow my bell peppers, and they do really, really well, better than in the raised beds. In the raised beds, they didn't do well. So I'm going to do that. Strawberries grow better in the raised beds or in ground than they do in containers. They dry out in containers. Carrots have to be in ground or in raised beds, not in containers. Potatoes just do a lot better in ground than in containers from my experience. I've got a great plant that I'm trying to grow. I've got blackberries in raised beds that are working on establishing themselves. I've got blueberries that are not doing well because they're in ground, and my ground is really like hard, and I think it's not the right kind of ground for them, for their roots. So I'm going to be growing some in, I'm going to keep the ones that are in the ground, right? But I'm going to be growing some in grow bags in between them. But yeah, I'm just going to have like tons of sugar snap peas and strawberries and cherry tomatoes and green beans, and I'm going to try growing watermelon on the trellis, and I'm going to try growing little pumpkins for the first time ever, and we'll see how it goes. So yeah, wish me luck. I'm so looking forward to growing things. We're going to try growing some flowers. I'm going to be having rose bushes in containers around the backyard to draw in the pollinators. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.